The program presented are submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNNY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNNY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
Welcome to Today with Kashay. It is Thursday, and because we've got so much going on, we're making Thursday a hot topic day, we're making Friday a hot topic day, and I'm excited. Look, I walk in and I already have a gift.
Yay!
This means this guest is someone who's already been here and who knows me quite well, and that would be Marlise Ledbetter. Hello. Welcome back. I know we talked about doing a two-part series when you first came on. And so today is the second part, and then tomorrow we're going to continue it as well.
Yeah.
But, you know, I thought to myself, I had a guest on before, and he was pretty amazing. And I remember saying to him, would you like to be my co-host? And he kind of said, yeah, I would try that out.
He's back.
So he's back. Who do I have back in the studio?
Hey,
Jason Phelps. So Jason's going to be my co-host today, tomorrow. Yeah. And who knows? Maybe he'll be my co-host forever. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. Well, welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Happy to be here.
Here we go. It's all about CBD, cannabis. What's going on?
Really hot topic right now. I know that if you watched the last episode, we did talk about my testimony, which is so pivotal because when people have had traditional medicine fail them, they turn to natural, and really it should be the other way around, where natural should be the first step and then traditional medicine should be the second step, because we do have so many options made by earth that our bodies are already ready for. So it's something that I became very, very passionate about and made it my life's work now, because I have seen people's lives completely change, and people almost on their deathbeds that have said, my doctor doesn't have anything else for me to do. And you know, they will live with chronic disorders for the rest of their life, live on disability. And that's just not a way to live. And now that we have seen research and clinical studies prove the efficacy of CBD and THC and all of the other molecules, which we'll talk about, it has become a craze in Texas and all over the nation.
Yeah, you're hearing about it like crazy. And Jason, your background, I mean, in health, fitness, and all of this stuff. I mean, what are your thoughts?
So I think the main thing when we get into these discussions about CBD is there's actually just one thing I like to clear up when I talk to people about it real quick, and that's the difference between treatment and cure.
Yes.
Because a lot of times you hear us talk about, you know, this treats this symptom or treats this specific disease. That doesn't mean it cures it.
Right.
When you hear somebody say this can treat cancer, we're not telling you this cures cancer.
No, yeah.
We're telling you that it can treat some of the, symptoms or side effects.
And there aren't a lot of medicines out there that cure anything, honestly.
Right.
They're just masking symptoms.
I think that's a great place to start as far as just clearing up some of the cloudiness in the water on that topic.
Yeah, so the FDA does make it very clear that we cannot state that it cures, heals, prevents, treats any major disorder. We do have lots of research on cancer studies and how it's been used to treat cancer. People have gone into remission and had no longer cancer in their bodies, but that is something that only happens in medical marijuana states that have been through protocols to get people through those symptoms and issues. But we have to be really careful about saying that. Now, the only drug that is approved by the FDA is an epilepsy drug that is made with mostly CBD, and it is known that CBD does prevent and stop seizures. So I think that was the really breakthrough when we saw the FDA approve it. And then the FDA also, our government has 6 patents, and I think they're working on a 7th one that is utilizing cannabis molecules. So I think we're going to see a continuation of medicines utilizing the molecules because they attach to our body so perfectly.
So what is CBD
Sure.
technically? What is the difference?
is that
between,
stuff?
What is it? Yeah.
Is it some stuff in the lab? No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
Okay.
so CBD is a molecule found in cannabis, all cannabis. So there are lots and lots of species, subspecies inside of the cannabis genome. And hemp and marijuana are both the most predominant cannabis plants. And CBD stands for cannabidiol, which is a molecule found in both marijuana and hemp. But hemp naturally has very, very high CBD. That's why we are seeing so many people produce it from hemp, and that's the only legal way in Texas to do it right now, versus marijuana has very low CBD, if any, because most of the drugs that you see, there's no predominant CBD at all, but it's very high in THC, so it's known for its psychoactive effects.
One of the original things when I had heard about the epilepsy treatment was that actually was a marijuana-based one, wasn't it?
It was
Charlotte's Web?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
Charlotte's Web, and Charlotte's Web was a strain of marijuana.
We're not talking like the cartoon, are we?
No,
Okay, that's why I'm over here, right?
they're creative
Okay.
with
Yeah.
the names of their strains.
Okay, good.
So Charlotte's Web actually was a strain of marijuana that was named after Charlotte Figge, who was a girl that was having over 300 seizures a day,
Oh my
and they were
God.
able to reduce it to almost zero. And over time, she no longer had seizures, especially grand mal seizures that were making her disabled and creating her, to be in a wheelchair for the rest of her life, if not death.
Wow.
So that's where that strain comes from, and that's where the research came from. So Charlotte's Web is a strain of marijuana, but now you see companies that have been named Charlotte's Web, and that was probably one of the first brands I tried, because the Stanley brothers were the only ones that produced hemp-based CBD out of Colorado years and years and years ago, and now we've seen it blow up, and now there's so many other companies, and so many people have to do their research and trial and error, because not all brands are created equal, and not all brands will work with you the same.
So
Yeah.
what to get the effects of the CBD? Like what is the best way to maybe to start using it if you haven't experimented with it? Where do you begin?
Yeah, so the first thing to do is to find somebody who knows what they're talking about. You want to find somebody who really has researched and worked with CBD dosing. It's so important, especially because we have medicine interactions. A lot of people are on a lot of meds, and CBD can interact with the meds. There are no side effects, no negative side effects of CBD by themselves, but when they interact with medicines, there could be potentially dangerous issues, especially if it's like a heart medicine.
Okay.
So you want to make sure you do that first. You want to make sure that you see lab reports from the companies, because that will show the purity, if it has pesticides or chemicals, because again, they're not all created equal. They're not extracted from the plant the same. And then you also want to make sure that you try a few brands. It takes a really long time for CBD to work in your body. It's not immediate. Some people will feel the effects right away, but 18 to 20 days is when the body starts acclimating and all the receptors start speaking to each other. And I know I'm probably getting way too sciencey, but it is,
No,
it's
there's no
not a
such
quick
thing.
fix.
Too sciencey.
No.
No, so-
We're gonna get super nerd on
We're
this.
gonna get
Yeah, we
some
are.
nerdy. Where are my
Yeah.
glasses? Oh my god, I got it.
I know, I need light.
We're gonna take a quick commercial, and when we come back, we'll dig some more into. It's funny when I go up to Canada, and I want to ask this question about whether the U.S. versus other countries. And Canada, I mean, I'm walking around, and they've got them like restaurants and spas, and it's kind of all over. So interesting. But anyway, we'll take a quick commercial, and we'll be right back.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Parents agree that Stepping Stones Preparatory Academy, conveniently located right here in the Woodlands, Texas, is great summertime fun for your kids. The children have a combo-themed calendar full of exciting activities and education. Our amazing Race Summer Camp allows your child to pick their very own adventure. We have off-campus and in-house field trips, swimming, and hands-on projects. During their time at camp, they will develop real-life skills, real friendships, and have real fun. Hurry! Registration is still open for ages 5 through 12. Camp ends on August 13th. Check out our website at www.steppingstonesprep.com/camps for more info.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
It's time to be super again. It's beach season. Killer abs.
For fresh flowers fast, call Barb's Iris Floral at 281-820-2294 with excellent customer service since 1983 for weddings, funeral services, sweet 15s, corporate events, and all occasions. For that special someone you love, barbsirisfloral.com and barbsirisfloralboutique.com. Come on in and pick out of our prestigious gallery at 727 Westmont Houston Road, Houston, Texas 77038. Text 832-466-8414. Barb's Iris Floral delivers fresh flowers fast.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNY 91.1 FM.
For any maintenance needs on your commercial or personal vehicle, EVG Lawn Store Service specializes on European, Asian, and domestic vehicles. We can assist you with wheel alignments, tire balance, AC services, computer and electric diagnostic, and more. We're located at corner of 1230 Aldine Mail Route and Reeston Road in Houston 77039. Our phone number is 936-344-1672, or you can find us on our webpage www.evglss.com. EVG Lawn Star. If it's got wheels, we can fix it.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Installation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam installation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNY 91.1 FM.
And we're back with Today with Kashay. And today we're talking about CBD.
And with Jason.
And with Jason.
And with Marlise.
Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hey, how was that transition?
It was good. We've had a little CBD.
It's still early.
Break, can't you tell?
Uh-huh.
We're just kind of chill.
Yes, the
Welcome
shield
to our
pills have
show.
been given out.
Yeah, I need to dose everyone.
Well, I got a gift. What'd you get me this time? Oh, I love it. Jason,
Let's
will you
see.
give me a gift?
The gift of
I
my
guess I should
presence.
be giving you gifts since you're the co-host.
No.
No, my
It's
God.
kind
What
of
is it?
smashed in there. You might have
Is
to
it a
rip
mug?
apart. It is a mug.
Oh my
Because we had
God.
talked about mugs and you
I
wanted
love
to make your
mugs. I
Kashay
love
mug,
mugs.
so
I
I
love
thought
mugs.
maybe
Yeah, Kashay mug needs to go out though. Anyway, so we were talking before commercial. What were we saying, Jason? What were we talking about?
So we were talking about CBD and kind of how it works in the body, I think. And I think that's kind of where we were headed is how do we begin to feel the effects and how does that actually work in your body?
Sure.
What causes that?
So we have receptor systems all over our body, and that's how medicine works as well. Is it attaches and it can maybe block receptors or send information through the body because the brain is, the boss and the boss. So it sends all the signals through the body. So we have these endocannabinoid receptors, and this is directly linked to cannabis.
What kind of receptors was that?
Endocannabinoid.
Endocannabinoids.
That's going to be on the test at the end of the show, folks. Just so you know.
Okay.
So endocannabinoids are cannabinoids that are made by our body, and receptors, we have systems all over our body that regulate our blood flow and our immune system and our endocrine system, dopamine and serotonin functions, muscle, skin, our brain functions, our neurological system. So it's a very expansive, one of the largest systems in the body. And then if you take a phytocannabinoid, which means it's from a plant, it links into the endocannabinoid system, and it actually helps send more signals through the body. It almost broadcasts stronger, and you actually have a higher vibrations frequency as well. So what you're trying to do is get your body balanced so that instead of your body focusing on pain or symptoms that it always has, once those things settle out, the body can actually work at a higher level. And a lot of people say they feel like they're hitting their highest potential as people and even in their brain functions after using CBD for 6 months, because all of those things that had been affecting them and holding them back, like pain and sleep and anxiety, are now hushed diminished. So now the body's able to do other things that human beings had the potential to do. So it's science. I mean,
Do
science.
they do this in the fitness arena?
Absolutely. You know, we our athletes, the majority of them do take CBD for one reason or another. Most of it has to do with digestive issues, maybe, or pain management.
So it's been working and it's been being used.
Absolutely. In recovery, actually at the Branch Warren Classic, which was held here in Houston a couple weeks ago, one thing I started noticing was there's booths of people selling CBD at the actual bodybuilding shows and fitness shows that you go to now.
Wow.
So it's becoming that much of an influence in the industry.
Yeah, especially when you're doing professional sports or fitness competitions where you could possibly get drug tested as a professional. CBD doesn't show up on a drug test if it's an isolate. If it has THC, you would. But it's such a great pain management and recovery plant that you don't have to work with other drugs or lidocaine and things like that can initially give you some issues and side effects, but then long term can damage your liver. And when you're in bodybuilding, I mean, you know this, you're putting a lot of pressure on your liver. Yeah. So
my liver knows where all the bodies are buried.
Yeah. And CBD is actually a massive detoxifier and anti-inflammatory. So when you're doing, so a lot of people initially will take CBD and say they're really thirsty or they have a little bit of diarrhea, and that's just the body cleaning it itself out. So you might bloat at first, and then the body will wash out all of those toxins and get it prepared for the next steps of healing, which is so fantastic and important.
Yeah. So if someone is taking it, like, what is the time frame? Like, so if I said, okay, I'm going to start taking some of this for whatever that cause is, because it sounds like it just does pretty much everything. When do you start to notice? Immediately, or?
Some people do. I mean, I know when I took it, I took a pretty hefty dose, and this was so many years ago, and I immediately felt calm and my shoulders dropped, and I felt like a little bit more loose, that I wasn't holding tension in my chest and my neck, and that was the first thing I noticed. And the first night I slept through the night, no Ambien, no Valium to fall asleep. Like, I was using a lot of pills, and it was immediate for me, those two things. Now the pain took about 3 weeks, and over time it took about 6 months to get my nervous system back because I had neuropathy, and but the burning sensation went away pretty quickly. It wasn't, the numbness took about 6 months.
And do you have to change your dosages?
You can,
I mean, does it get your body become immune to what you're taking, or?
You can overstimulate the receptors. So if you take too much, a lot of people will say, I've been taking CBD, it's not working for me. A lot of times, most of the time, it's because they're taking too much. Saturation occurs. So it accumulates in the body over time. You can slow dose into the system or max dose. And then over time, you have to take a reset to stop taking it for 3 to 4 days, let the receptors deactivate, and then re-stimulate them again slowly. Because the best doses are the ones that are low maintenance doses. You get the things out of, in control. And then over time, you only need to take it once or every other day, and you only take a low dose for maintenance because it continues to accumulate in the system.
Awesome.
So it could be 1 day, it could be 30 to 90 days, but we always tell people find a brand that has a money back guarantee and work with someone who can strategically, focus on your dosing and give you recommendations based on other testimonies that they've seen. Because we can't medically give you advice, but we can give you suggestions so that if we've worked with someone else that had Alzheimer's, someone who had neuropathy or PCOS or something, we can say, oh, this worked for this person, why don't you try that?
Right.
Or you can just do the suggested serving on the bottle. So.
Is this something that you should communicate to your GP, for instance? Is that something, that conversation you need to have with them before starting, or is it something you can start and then just advise them after the fact, hey, I've started using this in conjunction with our normal regimen?
Yeah, if you're on medications, especially heavy, that have a lot of interactions with each other, or you're taking medicine that controls side effects of other medications, you should absolutely talk to your general practitioner or your psychiatrist or psychologist, whoever you're working with, to make sure that there won't be any interference. But the problem is that doctors aren't educated on it. So they actually don't know what those medications can interfere with, but there is an enzyme in the liver that is produced with certain medications, and cannabis also has those enzymes. It stimulates. So if you have both of those doing it at the same time, it can have some negative side effects. So we just want to always make sure, because blood pressure medication, blood thinner medication, any heart-related medication, CBD naturally will stabilize your blood pressure. It'll lower your cholesterol and manage your sugar levels. And so if you're already taking those medicines, we don't want you to drop below a normal level. CBD already balances those. So we usually say, work with your doctor, and we're going to slowly check your labs so that we can see where your levels are at. Over time, start tailoring down on those medicines and introduce CBD as a permanent solution.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So another big question that I get.
What is
from our
another big
athletes,
question you get?
Is it legal? Am I gonna get popped?
Are you gonna get pulled over?
No, well, you know what?
Well, you
Let's pull
could.
him over. Let's pull Jason over. Yeah.
You might not get pulled over for marijuana, but
No.
if you're driving my car, you might, because I have a
Anyway.
giant hemp leaf on the back.
I ride a motorcycle, so
Okay.
I try not to
Yeah.
do so when I am inebriated in any way
Yeah.
whatsoever. Obviously, this wouldn't do that. So, would it be a concern for people maybe that work in a more industrial field that do have to be drug
yes.
tested
Yep,
pretty regularly?
yep.
Absolutely.
Great point.
So in the CBD world, obviously not all CBD products are created equal, and you'll hear buzzwords like broad spectrum or full spectrum. And what that means is there are multiple cannabinoids in the body, and certain cannabinoids can also metabolize to THC or show up that way. So we always tell people, if you are drug tested or you have a job where you could get randoms, make sure that you're using a CBD isolate or a broad spectrum that has 0.00 detected THC, because that's what the drug tests look like, is for THC. Even though it'll say on the drug test cannabinoids, they're only looking for THC, because CBD naturally is produced by a lot of other plants also. Like if you are vegan, you're most likely going to have higher CBD naturally in your body, because plants, cruciferous plants and leafy greens naturally have that too, like Brussels sprouts.
Awesome.
Brussels sprouts has it in it?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Brussels
that.
sprouts, black pepper, chocolate. We produce in our breast milk a variance of CBD. So it's not CBD because that's a plant
Which should
molecule.
tell you right there
but
it's a natural thing that should be done, right? Like
Yeah.
if it's coming out of the body naturally like that.
We have a human version of CBD. So
Right,
it's not
the
exactly
version, right.
CBD. Yeah, but it's really cool. So you want to do your research, check the lab reports, make sure there's no THC. And in Montgomery County, where we're at right now, it is a no THC county. So you can't have full spectrum products here. Hopefully we'll see that change, because full spectrum is very good for certain ailments. But overwhelmingly, CBD takes care of 90% of most ailments by itself. And then when you have full spectrum, it can help a lot of other symptoms. And we call that the entourage effect, which is still being researched, which is really cool. So if you do have a bottle in your car and you get pulled over and they search your vehicle, don't be scared. It's also approved by the TSA,
I'll just
so
say
you can
call
fly with
Marlise.
it. Or call me.
Call Marlise. Stop. She's got the answer I may not have. No, I'm joking.
833, you got CBD.
Yeah, we're going to take another quick commercial. When we come back, we can dig some more into. I would always wonder also, how do we know which is the right one? Because now it's getting so much notoriety.
Yeah.
Could we get something that's not right? And how do we
Right.
avoid that?
True.
We'll be right back.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your fusion radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Parents agree that Stepping Stones Preparatory Academy, conveniently located right here in the Woodlands, Texas, is great summertime fun for your kids. The children have a combo-themed calendar full of exciting activities and education. Our amazing Race Summer Camp allows your child to pick their very own adventure. We have off-campus and in-house field trips, swimming, and hands-on projects. During their time at camp, they will develop real-life skills, real friendships, and have real fun. Hurry! Registration is still open for ages 5 through 12. Camp ends on August 13th. Check out our website at www.steppingstonesprep.com/camps for more info.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
It's time to be super again. It's beach season. Killer abs.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Insulation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam insulation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNY 91.1 FM.
All right, we're back again. We are talking
Where are
CBD. We are in the Woodlands, Texas, with Kashay.
And
And we are talking CBD with. I'm going to say this wrong because I was dreading this, but Marlise. Okay. Is that right?
Marlise, yes.
Marlise. Okay. So
you didn't do it wrong.
That's why I hadn't said it out loud yet. I was like, I'm going to butcher it.
And then yourself, Jason.
Yeah, Jason. Mine's easy. I think everybody in North America born between 1976 and 1980 is named Jason.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
True. Yeah, Jason or
that
Josh.
Was the name.
It is starting to become popular again because all of us Jason started reproducing and naming our kids after
Jason
ourselves.
Jason twos
Jason,
and juniors.
Yes. So mine's the easy one.
So but before commercial, I mean, now that it's getting so out there and everyone's using it, I mean, is there that issue of, are you getting the right stuff?
I've got a burning question.
Burn it. Bring it out.
Does CBD get you high?
No.
Darn.
Absolutely not.
Why?
Why? Okay.
Why is my question, because it seems like that is a reason some people might initially get interested in it.
Good point.
But it may not be what they really get out of it.
Right. So CBD does not create any psychoactive effects. It is a non-psychoactive molecule. THC is the only molecule that gives you a psychoactive effect. There are some minor molecules that can give you a little bit of a high, but THC is the one that is most predominantly associated with being stoned. CBD will give you a relaxing effect. It is a vascorelaxant as well, so it'll lower your blood pressure. So if you have heightened tension and you have active anxiety, you'll feel that change. So you might feel relaxed or slightly tired if you're sleep deprived especially, but definitely not high.
So it is psychoactive.
Non-psychoactive.
But you will not feel a high from it.
No, it's non-psychoactive and no high.
And that's leading to it being approved for use everywhere because it does not get you high.
Which is so important what you bring out, because truly, if it's a situation where you're high and you're driving, or you're high and you're working on machinery, and you say, well, I can use this because no, you can't. So if we know that it's
absolutely gives you no physical or mental effects that would have you impaired in any way. Even if you drank a whole bottle, honestly, nothing would happen. Okay. And so many people ask me, like, my daughter...
My gastrointestinal system says different. If you drink a whole bottle of that, something's going to happen.
Well, you might have some diarrhea, that's for sure.
There we go.
But you definitely won't feel any effects, and it's really important for people to know the difference between marijuana and hemp, and all the CBD that you see out on the streets will be hemp-derived. So you have to, number one, make sure it's hemp-derived. Okay. Number two, make sure that it has lab tests. You want to look especially for chemicals, pesticides, and you also want to look at an ingredients list. If there's more than 3 or 4 ingredients on the bottle, run away. There should only be hemp extract, which is the CBD or the molecules, probably a carrier oil, because cannabinoids are fat soluble, and we hear a lot of buzzwords like water soluble, which is good. It means it dissolves into the system, but it still has to be into a fat. So it has to be, MCT oil is the number one used because it's the highest in saturated fat, but in good saturated fats. And then other people will see it in olive oil, or actually in hemp seed oil. Now, hemp seed oil by itself does not have cannabinoids in it. Hemp seed is made from the seed, and it's not until the plant blossoms, so the bud that you have on top of the plant is where the cannabinoids are located, the concentration of the cannabinoids. So a lot of people get hemp seeds or Amazon hemp extract, and those do not have CBD, or maybe they even have like little baby traces. But do not get your stuff from a gas station, from Amazon, from an email blast. A lot of people are getting emails like, this was on CNN or Forbes or whatever. Those aren't real CBD companies. Be very careful.
So we got 1 minute. You go, Jason, for your quick 10, 15 seconds, and then tell us what we're talking about tomorrow. Yeah.
Give us a couple maybe brands to look for, a couple of big names.
Sure. So I personally love Green Horizon. That's the one that has worked the best for me. There are a lot in the Woodlands area. We see Ogis, and we see a lot of people with HempWorks. So these are national brands, and they have all been, not Ogis, but HempWorks and companies like that are national brands that people are very recognized to.
Awesome.
But make sure you work with someone who knows what they're talking
tomorrow,
about.
what are we going to do?
Tomorrow we're going to dig into the history of CBD a little bit and kind of maybe a little bit more of the legal part of it.
Yeah,
But
cannabis.
I think we'll get into some of the more juicy news stories that have happened.
Juicy.
Controversy.
I want some juicy. I want some juicy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Everybody say goodbye.
We'll be back tomorrow, too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.